The information shared on the Slipstream gift are from personal accounts and experiences, which are intended to help create discussions on the possibilities and perspectives of energetic potentials. Any communications, considerations, or recommendations are not a substitute for medical, psychological, or licensed professional help in wellness or recovery. Please seek a qualified practitioner regarding specific needs or concerns. We thank you and hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Slipstream Gift, a place of energetic healing potentials waiting to be explored. Hosts Todd Wilcox and Brandon Wainwright will take you on a deep dive of discussion into energetic modalities, self-healing, consciousness expansion, spiritual peace, and overall positive encouragement, while traversing life's spiraling universal questions. Each episode provides a sacred space to share ideas as well as experience interactive energy healing sessions, all guided live with heart. Now here are your hosts, Todd Wilcox and Brandon Wainwright.
Hello, and welcome to the Slipstream Gift on the Sacred Spiral Network. I'm your host, Brandon Wainwright, along with Todd Wilcox. And we're here to have our bi-weekly discussion on all things spiritual, as well as to provide live healings for y'all upon request. And so it's been a few weeks since we've been on here. We different scheduling things going on, both with the network as well as with us as individual hosts. And so we're happy to be back. Good to see your face, Todd.
Good to see you. It looks like we both got the memo to wear a blue T-shirt tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We always discuss our uniforms prior to the show.
Yes.
No, not really.
Uniforms, mugs. Yeah, we have all kinds of review.
And Todd, I guess you're a little on the tired side, huh?
Yeah, I've never been really good at missing a lot of sleep, but I think I'm at 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours over the last 36. So yeah, I'm pretty well done. I'm excited about our show tonight, but as soon as it's over, I'm going to take the energy from the show and the power we get from it and convert that into positive sleep.
Sounds like a plan to me. Well, if anything, it'll be a proof that that the energies come from the universe, not necessarily from our bodies.
Yes, that is absolutely true. So before we started tonight, you were talking about your Course in Miracles, and I absolutely love the topic that you pulled up, and I'm glad you wanted to speak on that. I think it's going to be something that resonates with everybody, and I'm really excited to hear not only what you said earlier, but even more, as you expand on it.
Well, hopefully I'll do it justice. So basically, something that I do the Course in Miracles, as I've mentioned on the show a number of times. And the subject that I've been kind of tackling lately is a subject of our salvation, which the Course talks about it coming from us. In fact, one of the thing, what it has you say, one of the studies is, my salvation comes from me. And what that means is that you're not God, but God is within you. You are a part of God. And therefore that salvation, that a lot of us see it as something that's outside of ourselves, that is some maybe abstract concept or something that you have to earn, something that you have to suffer for long enough here in the 3D world on Earth in order to be worthy of it. And it's not that at all. It's that salvation is within you at all times. And the reason that's significant is because most of us, I would say pretty much all of us on this planet, all humans, have a tendency to want to externalize what we consider to be peace bringing, the objects that we desire, whether they be, physical objects, cars, motorcycles, houses, fancy vacations, things that we put our attention on that will bring us peace and happiness, because the reality is that we don't want to live in the now. We want to focus on, if I just get to this place or get this thing or have this relationship, I'll find peace and happiness. And the reality is that I mean, if you stop and think about it, myself and everybody else, has that ever really worked for you? Sure, you get a charge, you get like a car that I have always wanted and may or may not ever have, is a Porsche 911 Carrera. Not a new one, mind you. I want a 1991 Porsche 911 Carrera convertible. If I got one, that would be awesome. It would be fun and it would be great. And it would provide, I'm sure, joy and excitement, but it would be fleeting. It wouldn't bring peace to my heart. It wouldn't bring peace to my soul. It would be an experience. And so, most of us tend to put so much focus on those things, and they give us something to focus on and work toward. But the reality is that peace and happiness is within you and available to you at all times in the now. And I'm not saying this is necessarily easy. It sounds easy. It sounds simple, but most of us are in the habit of externalizing everything. And that's the whole concept behind when the Course says, my salvation comes from me. And it even goes further to say that holding grievances is the opposite of God's plan for our salvation, or it's even an attack on God's plan for our salvation. And by grievances, I don't necessarily mean that you're fighting with somebody. It could be that. What it is it's things about your life, things that are external, that you're putting a lot of emphasis on, and things that you're not pleased with, things that you've convinced yourself that if you could change that, you would be happy. And maybe these things would bring a certain amount of joy and happiness and peace. Talking with Todd before the show, the example I gave is my family situation. I went through a divorce a number of years ago, 3.5 years ago. And it's been the hardest thing I've ever gone through. By far. It's for a number of reasons, which I won't get into on the show, but it's a situation that I wish I could change. I don't have the power to change it. I have no power to change it whatsoever. But what I do have the power to do is to look within and realize that my salvation comes from me and God. And I can't say that I'm 100% with this, 100% successful, and been able to always put this into effect and action, but I can a certain percentage of the time. And I will say that when I'm in that mode, I am much more at peace, living in the now, living in acceptance, and living in flow with what the universe is bringing. Not my will, but thine be done is another way of saying this. Really, this is what's in the highest good for me and the people that I'm connected to, the souls that I'm connected to. I don't necessarily understand it, but what is flowing is coming from God, and I'm at peace with that. That's kind of what I'm working toward when I try to apply this, and that's why I'm talking about it, to kind of give you some food for thought to do the same in your own life. Labyrinthian Criterion just says, hello, Todd and Brandon. So hello. Thanks for being here. Yes. It's been so long since we've been on, and looks like we're going to have kind of a scarce show tonight, as far as visitors are concerned. But hopefully that makes some sense to you. And again, it comes from A Course in Miracles, which I talk about all the time on here. But just to give a little information on the Course, the Course is. I was channeled by Helen Schuckman, who was a Columbia University professor of psychology, and it's Jesus Christ coming through her. She was the channel, and it wasn't something that she asked for. It wasn't something that she had never been a channel prior to that. She was actually Jewish, She wasn't even Christian, but the book is incredibly brings so much wisdom, and it applies a lot of the concepts that are in the Bible, but it puts them in terms that are um, more, I guess, psychological, and it clarifies a lot of things too. It kind of talks about exactly what was meant by certain scriptures, and it's in alignment with the Bible. I mean, as long as you don't get too into the weeds of dogma, kind of listen to the wisdom that it's trying to give you. And it isn't a book that is you don't have to be a part of any particular religion to study it and to gain a lot of knowledge and wisdom from it and peace. So I encourage everybody to check that out. And there's quite a few books out there that are designed to help you learn A Course in Miracles. It can give you basically the Cliff's Notes version of what it's all about. I've talked about Alan Cohen's books before. He's got A Course in Miracles Made Easy. Of Course in Miracles is another one by him. And then he's just one author. There's quite a few different authors out there that are, I don't even know if you call them experts there, but they're very knowledgeable about the course, and they teach about it, and so they have a lot of wisdom to offer, and it puts it in terms that you can really apply, and you can kind of see the piece that it can bring if you apply the concept. So I encourage everybody to get out there. That's my spiel for the night.
Yeah. I love that. I just wanted to say a quick hi to Jennifer Rose and also Lynn.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. And you mentioned fully present while you were talking, and that's always been a struggle for me.
Me too.
As a kid, I was thinking about everything except for what I should have been focusing on. As a teenager, as a college student, I was always, thinking about where I wasn't, and I don't think I'm a whole lot better now. I mean, I'm a lot better, but if I'm 20% present, I would be shocked. It is really hard for me to stay present. I'm always thinking about what I'm going to be doing over the next week, over the next month, how to make everything work out, different things. So yeah, the fully present thing really hit home, and I'm better. I've just kind of made it clear that when I'm home, I am not going to chat about work. I'm not going to, how was your day? Well, my day started when I got here. Let's talk about the house or the dog, or, I just, I have to really go out of the way. Party time in college. You're right, Lynn.
Of course. and then you're fully. I don't know about you, but I was fully present when I was at those parties.
Yeah, I was a little more present. Yes, at those.
So, of course, alcohol does wonders to kind of put your mind at ease and make you fully present. Not really.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great time to just be a knucklehead and not worry about stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if I would want to do it again, but I'm so thankful that I got to do it once.
Yeah, same.
So yeah,
Same
I'm very,
here.
very happy with that. So,
well, I think, I mean, this is the challenge of being in this world is that we exist in this 3D world with all the 3D, they might be illusional, but you still have to deal with them in this world, so, and that takes a certain amount of your conscious brain to do it. And, no, of course you're not always thinking about these spiritual concepts. A lot of times we are in the moment, but I think when we spend a certain amount of time meditating on these concepts and really trying to apply them in our day-to-day life, it naturally, it makes you more compassionate. It makes you more cognizant of your actions, where your heart is when you're dealing with people, and it, you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be Jesus, but it can help a lot. It can help a lot in just in the way you conduct yourself in the world and what you get out of it. you know. So I think we all need to give ourselves a certain amount of grace because, you know, I mean, we're human. That's part of being here is we're gonna be flawed. We're even like Alan Cohen, the author of those books. He talks about how he hasn't been the greatest student. You know, he doesn't apply it always consistently. You know, but it's the pursuit. It's the conscious effort, and I think if we all do it, you know, the world, our vibration increases, the light that we bring increases. We draw more light to us, and the more people that do this, the more the world will change. It's not going to be changed by some, you know, these huge accomplishments and you know, organizations and inventions and things like that. It's going to be changed by our heart and one person at a time. You know, so I commend everybody making the effort because you are changing the world, even if it's just one thought, one interaction, you know, one experience at a time.
Yeah. And one of the things I really like about the work we do is when we're doing this, I am fully present.
I like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Todd. I just saw something Lynn said. Okay.
Lynn, you are on a roll. Oh my Lord. Yeah, Lynn's on fire. And God's a happy God because of her.
God got to experience things through it. Yeah. Well, that's true too. You know, we experience God, you know, God flows through us and he experiences the world, you know, through us. It goes both ways.
Yeah. When somebody writes something down perfectly, I am so jealous, and it's probably against the stuff that you were talking about, but yeah, that was beautifully crafted and just painted a great picture. Lynn, A++. Thank you for that.
Hold on just a second. I have an emergency I got to deal with. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay,
Charlie.
I knew it had to be something with Charlie. So what we were thinking about tonight was starting off the way we did in the last show and doing a group alignment, and then moving on to people making requests. And I see Gloria put in a request. And Gloria, after we do the group one, we're going to ask you to do just a quick response to show that you're still with us. We want to make sure that whoever we do this for is on the show still. So we'll have you do one more quick response just to let us know. And then if you would, what we would like to do is start talking to, you know, maybe doing some follow-up with people. And not everybody's going to want to come on and, you know, be a guest on this with us, but we're hoping to get some of the people that we did the process with to just talk about it, to come on and talk about it, what their experience was, what's changed for them, and that kind of thing. So not that you have to, that is 100% up to you. But Gloria, if you would be so kind, as soon as we're done with the group one, we'll go ahead and ask you to just give us a sign that you're still there. And then we'll do one for you. And again, if you would be so kind, sometimes the work we do doesn't necessarily manifest right now. It might start in an hour or tomorrow. When you start noticing it, shoot us an email and just let us know what happened. We're invested in this, and we would love to hear more about what happens when we do these for people. So again, 100% voluntary. You don't have to be on. You don't have to send us an email, but it would certainly help us, and it would give us more to talk about and to be with you guys on. So Charlie's okay now?
Charlie just ripped up my floor.
Oh,
yeah. I've got this carpet that's like interwoven, and he ripped a whole section out of it. I could hear it. He was like scratching and playing and stuff behind me, and I didn't realize the damage that was being done. That's why I looked. I was, oh my goodness.
I
So, yeah.
was afraid there was some kind of bodily functions coming out one end or another of him.
No,
And,
no. Unfortunately, there was nothing like that, but there is permanent damage done to the carpet, and it's right in the middle of the room too.
Yeah.
So now he's.
Did you see the question about Charlie? He's less than a year old, right?
Yeah, he's 6 months. Little shit. He's the best dog. I love him to pieces. He's an absolute blessing. But
he's lucky he's cute, right?
Yeah, he's an amazing dog. I couldn't have asked for a better pup. The only dog I could ever see, Tyson, of course, was but Charlie is very special. Yeah. So
yeah, sure.
JD's here. John Miller. Hiya. Good. Thanks for being here, JD. So anyway, it is what it is. I'm just hoping he doesn't do it again, because you know how creatures are. Oh, this feels really good, and then keep doing it because it's
a good time. Yeah.
I'll kill him.
So while you were gone, we talked about that we're going to do the energy alignment for the whole group. And then we were going to start off with Gloria. And as soon as we're done with the group alignment, I've asked Gloria to go ahead and just give us some kind of a message that she's still on with us, so that we know she's here. And then I mentioned to everybody listening that as we do these things, we would love to have them come on in the future and maybe talk to us a little bit about it, because things change sometimes after we're done, not necessarily right when we're doing it. And also if they could shoot us an email and let us know what's happening. So, and again, 100% voluntary. You are not required. And just because you don't want to do either of those things does not mean we wouldn't choose you for an energy alignment. But it would be great for us if you did.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear how spirit, when works through us, and and it's affirming, no matter how many times you do these healings and you have some amazing results, that it's always encouraging, to keep up the work. And to your point, what you said about a lot of times things end up, I've had lots of healings I've done where even ones where the person had been in pain for years, and I do the healing on them, and they don't get an immediate result, but over the next 2 days, all of a sudden things start to miraculously shift, and they notice a big difference. So if that kind of thing happens, it would be fun to hear about it. But it's certainly not required.
All right. Well, are you do a group one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this is for everybody. Just go along with this. At whatever state you want to do. If you want to try working on your energy, finding it like I do. If you want to look at what Brandon's doing, do something like he's doing. If you have your own process to get to that place of energy and spirit, by all means use it. There is no right or wrong way or answer. So, just go ahead and do it. And here we go. In the quantum room, I can feel an energy of the group, the people that have wanted to join us, their energy coming in, and they've formed. Those of you that chose to be a part of this have formed an energy cluster that looks kind of pinkish to me, reddish pinkish. It's a fairly dynamic energy. There's a lot of movement. Really, really positive, healthy, strong energy. And I'm gonna, like always, have Desi go over and sniff around and see if we need to remove something. And she pulled a chair out of that energy. It's an old style chair, very heavy metal chair with a very uncomfortable seat. The back where your shoulders are is curved, and there's about 6 bars going down to the seat. Very industrial, very utilitarian, not made for comfort, not made for style, but certainly made to last. So that was pulled out. We give it some cleansing energy and then the healing energy, and it turned into one of those boats that you used to see in the 50s and 60s. And I've gone blank on the name. They're made out of wood, extremely shiny. There's coat after coat after coat of varathane on it. Kind of a cigar shaped, boat built for power. It would hold 4, maybe 6 people. But that's what the chair turned into is one of those boats, and it's gone now. It's gone back to the universe to share its energy again and really be of value. Now, Desi isn't moving these out, but there's a bunch of airplanes coming out of the energy right now. And they're if you can think back to watching an old Universal film, when they had the airplane flying around the globe, it was like one of those, the old TWAs with the wire that would come down from the tail section to somewhere mid plane, bunch of little ones. I'm talking 18 inches, 1 foot, very, very small planes are flying out of it. And they're not waiting around for us to do anything else. They're just coming out and leaving. So I'm not quite sure what that was. Maybe it means something to those of you on this. And now Desi moves out an apple, and it's gigantic. It's big red apple. This thing is 3 feet in diameter. It's huge. And we give it some cleansing energy and then healing energy. Interesting. So it went from this vibrant, healthy looking apple to the core. It's just a core now. And it looks like the seeds fell off and were reabsorbed into the universe. And then the core did as well. Maybe that means something to somebody out there. I'm not quite sure. I don't feel a negative thing, even though it looks like it got old after it came out. But yeah. And now the energy of the group is slowing down. It's not as frantic as it was at first. A lot more solid, a lot more stable, still the same color. But everything in it is finding its own groove, its place to be. It's where it fits in, where it's happy, where it locks in. Interesting. And the group energy just told me this part's done. So I haven't, not really, I wasn't really dismissed, but I've never had that happen before. That was pretty cool. So yeah, when Brandon comes back, we'll talk about what he saw and if anybody else had any thoughts while we did that. Hi, Lorraine from the UK. Leona.
And I was going to focus more on just channeling energy as much as I could because Todd's so exhausted. But I still I ended up getting some stuff anyway. So,
Yeah.
first thing I saw was like I was it's kind of interesting that you were airplanes, because the first thing I saw was in the sky, and it was blue skies with a lot of clouds, kind of poofy types of clouds, but it was really clear and just vast. That was the feeling. And then it turned into like it still was a sky, but then it went kind of an orange reddish sky. Um, and then from there it morphed into a rain, like a cleansing rain. And then and then I saw a skunk walking around. um, and skunks, skunks get a bad rap, but they're actually, you know, they eat a lot of the pests and things like that. They're actually cleansing, for the environment. But that's what I saw. I saw the skunk, and then it was a really brilliant, bright, warm sun. And then from there, I just saw color, and as I was channeling the energy, and it was green, a green color, and then that morphed into like a blue, and then kind of a lighter, like a more of a sky blue, but like scattered with like bubbles and not actual bubbles, but just like things being shot into the color. So it was interesting. And then right around that time is when you said this healing was done. So
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
So
And so
yeah, something that as you were talking that hit home for me, and I don't know how the other people are feeling this, but the planes and the energy going out and what you were just describing feels to me like this group really opening up to the universe and sending out great energy, inclusion, getting everybody together and raising our awareness and our vibration. Like you were saying, that's really what it felt like as you were describing what you saw. And
did you see Brenda's? She says, talking about her dad, she felt her dad's energy during the session, and he had toy or model airplanes and boats.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Leona. I'm glad you were able to. And then Leona, my heart is pounding as you're describing what you felt. I got chills. So yeah, it feels like some really great interaction with the people on, and that's what we're hoping for.
yeah, that's awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome. K Weezy's here.
Yeah.
So, hey, he says, hey guys, thanks for being here, K Weezy.
Yeah, I was on with Michael Zinn last week, and Kay Weezy was on that one.
Really?
And they were talking about his music. So, yeah, pretty exciting.
Very cool.
All right.
Melissa from New Zealand signing on.
New Zealand, yay.
Very, very cool. All over the world.
All righty. Hey, Gloria, give us some sign that you're still here, will you please?
Maybe just a yo gents or something.
Yeah, thumbs up, an emoji of any kind, smiley face, a yes.
She said an absent reading. I wonder if, I wasn't sure if she meant like a remote reading, or if she was saying that she's going to get off the air.
That might be. I interpreted that as not being right with us.
Yeah.
So maybe, okay.
Yeah. So we prefer if you're still on with us when we do these things.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It looks like she's not here.
And there was somebody else up above asked as well. I didn't think. I usually take some notes. Leona, I would love. Yeah, I would love if Spirit had some guidance and healing for me and my children. So Leona, knowing what how we do this. It may not be exactly what you're after, but let's look at that. Leona, can you give us some kind of sign that you're here?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That was from 10 minutes ago. Just give us one that can indicate that you're still on with us.
Yeah, anything at all, Leona. There we go.
Okay, Katie.
Yeah. Okay, Leona did.
Okay. Yep.
All right,
Okay.
Leona, you are up.
All right.
And we're gonna invite your
That's-
entire family. Katie, well, we'll invite you and Katie in and see where we go from there. Okay. This for Leona. And anybody else that wants to get involved in this, just allow your energy to join in. Feel it as we go. I invite Leona and Katie in, and I'm getting almost energy almost looks like it's been drawn. Usually energy looks much different to me. It could look like a person, could just be, energy. This kind of looks like a drawn picture, cartoon kind of style of Leona and Katie. And there is a frame around this picture of the two of you, and Desi's removing that frame. And as that frame was coming off, it felt like a couple of my neck vertebrae shifted slightly to my left. And that frame is off now. And we're cleaning it, giving it healing energy so it can return to the universe. And it changed into something that looks similar to a squid, but no tentacles. Squid body shape, sort of, but no tentacles. And that it's able to manipulate energy and left, just like a squid would swim off. This thing left. And now with that frame gone, Leona and Katie are still a drawing, but they're moving. They're by each other. Katie is up against Leona's left side, kind of grabbing her arm and hugging and looking up. And this picture is on canvas, and Desi just moved a light. If you picture the Pixar light that hops around in their logo, but bigger, like a 6-foot tall light, she just moved that away from Leona and Katie. And as we clean that light up, it changes to an anchor, old school anchor. And then just dissolves back into the ground, back to the universe. And this is unusual. So Desi has backed off, and there's now small. I can't tell what they are. They might be mice or voles or something similar. They're small. They're kind of furry, but there's hundreds of them running around. Leona and Katie, and separating the drawing from the canvas. Still look 2D. The energy didn't change to a 3D look, and that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that it's weak energy or anything. It's just how it's representing, how it's manifesting to me. Yeah, and the two of you are looking at each other, and now those little furry animals are gone. I'm gonna take my hands and make an energy filter and put it over the top of the two of you and slowly bring it down. And I'm really feeling a lot going on in my hands right now. There's a lot of energy going back and forth as we just filter through the two of you and clean out anything that's bothering you, things that are making you tired or upset, filtering all the way down, all the way down and out. And the stuff that has come out, we clean it up with energy and then give it love, healing energy. And it looked like a very shiny, like it turned into a very shiny shell or the top of a rock, something very, very shiny. And it just disappeared into the ground, returning back to the universe. And now this is fun. So the love team, the warrior team have surrounded Leona and Katie, and now 7 generations are coming in. 7 generations from the future, 7 generations from the past. And when I say generations, these are family members that are many different things. DNA, your mom, your grandmother, those kind of things. There's spirit group generations. There is friend generations. There's a lot of different things that go into these generational energy groups, but you're being surrounded by those as well. And now everything's just rocking very rhythmically back and forth, like the whole thing's on a small platform on a pendulum, just very, very easy, gentle movement back and forth. Normally, I have to invite the generational in. This came on its own. And Lorraine, I would encourage you and Katie to just enjoy this energy and absorb it and really, really allow it to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how much time we were there in the physical world. It seemed like a very, very long time to me in the spirit and energy world. So Leona, if you could, please share with us next week or sometime during the next week or so. If you want to shoot us an email, you can go to either one of our websites. Just shoot us an email with what you felt, or if you have a minute to share it now, if you feel like it, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. And if you want to come on and talk, you can certainly do that as well.
So I got a lot on this one for some reason.
Yeah.
Let's see, mustard. Red. Okay. So the first thing right away, right when you started, I saw a kite. Like the classic shaped kind of triangular kite with rainbow colors. I not sure. I'm not even going to go into interpretations of these things, but next thing I saw was I kind of my instinct is that it's like getting a 10,000 foot view, or 500 foot view, or however how high this kite goes, but kind of seems like, and from a much more balanced point of view, based on the colors of it, kind of with all the different colors of the chakras. Next I saw a garbage can, so kind of, I think it was just your typical kind of corrugated garbage, metal garbage can, and there was a top on it, and so I think it's like there's stuff to unload, and maybe that's related to the to the kite. Next I saw a drinking fountain with water going, so I think replenishing, hydrating, getting your energies back. And I saw a snail next, which for me always signifies, take it slow. This is something that's going to develop slowly over time. Have grace with yourself. Take, be at peace, and just let it come as it's meant to. Cement mixer. I saw a cement mixer, just like not a truck, but one of the ones that's like on on legs. Obviously things are getting mixed up, but what happens to cement when it's placed after it sets, and it's strong and solid afterwards, right? So whatever this is, it's bringing growth, and it's getting things transition to a more stable position. And then I saw a giraffe. And this, to me, I mean, after, with all this growth that I think this stuff signifies, what is a giraffe has a long neck so they can get high into the trees and get their nourishment from the high reaching, or the higher vegetation, places that other creatures can't get to. So higher vibration, getting a higher view on things, growing. And a sunflower came next. So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, I think. A sunflower. Next I saw the beach, waves crashing in the ocean, and take that for what it is. Sometimes people have an attachment to the beach, peace bringing. I probably don't forget to take the time to have peace. Take time for yourselves. Again, grace. Polka dots. That's for me. If I see polka dots, the zebra stripes, piano keys, that usually means balance. So again, give yourself balance. Colors wise, as I was doing all this, I got like a red mustard in the beginning. Next came yellow, and then red, just red. So all the lower chakras, security, vitality, personal power. I think all these things are themes in what's going on with you, but hopefully there was lots of healing regarding all those different concepts and issues.
Yeah. So, really, yeah, it was so unique. I've never, all the visuals, everything was so different than anything I've ever done before. And you were seeing a million different things. So yeah, that was pretty wild. So
K Weezy's asking for mediumship. We don't do actual readings on here, K Weezy. We're not, neither one of us are, we would consider ourselves mediums or psychics even. We just say whatever's coming through, and the theme is more healing than anything else. Not that mediumship doesn't bring healing, because it certainly does, but ours is more energetic.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
just it's not a gift that we have that we know about anyway. So anything like that that we would do would not it would be genuine in our attempt, but it wouldn't really be genuine in a thing that we're good at doing. So
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Leona says she can relate to everything, and her body's actually shaking. Very
yeah,
cool.
physiological response is awesome. So good.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think, Brandon? Should we do one more?
If you're up for it.
I think I'm good for one more. And I just want to tell everybody, unfortunately, we're not going to get to everybody, but reach out to Brandon and I, and we could do one, um, on the side. So shoot us an email, and we can work with you that way. So if we don't get to you tonight, or come back next time, and we'll do our best to get to you. And help you. Did somebody stand out for you, Brandon, that you wanted to work on?
I don't know. Not really. So Jenny just popped up. Love some healing for emotional trauma. Um, so let's. Oh man. Okay. Well, Jenny. Let's say who came in there first. Melissa was asking for. Trying to, yeah, I think. Yeah, there's actually there's a couple. Well, let's. Jenny popped up right when you asked that question, so let's go with Jenny.
And
If
everybody that we didn't get to, again, I'm sorry, but please go to our websites, tysonsgift.com or slipstreamshaman.com. Shoot us an email, and we will set something up for you, or
so,
possibly the next time we do
yeah,
the podcast.
so
I hate to leave anybody out, and I'm really sorry.
our next episode is on 26th, two Wednesdays from tonight. So
Okay.
we'll remember that you know that your name popped up, and we'll
Yeah.
do our
All
best to get
righty.
to you. Yeah. So
Okay.
so
Jenny.
Jenny, emotional trauma. Okay.
So as I was prepping just now, getting my energy focused and covering in it, in addition to my normal energy that I feel between my hands, I had like a static charge, like an electrical lightning looking filament going back and forth in addition to it. And I don't know if that's something new with my energy or something that has to do with Jenny. But I invite Jenny into the quantum room. Jenny looks interested, but a little bit um, apprehensive, um, a little bit protected um, because of the unknown, I guess. Um, and just feel the energy, Jenny, and see that this is 100% from a good place, from people genuinely wanting to help. Desi moves in to do her thing, sniffing around. She removes something that looks, it's kind of shaped like a dragonfly. I can't tell what it's made out of, but if you picture the wings across Jenny's shoulders and then the body of the dragonfly following her spine down. And like I said, it wasn't a dragonfly, but it was something that shape. I can't really tell what it is. I can't get a great look at this. But we're giving it some cleansing energy. And then the healing love energy, so that it can return to its natural state and help some more. And it kind of fought the love energy at first, and then it changed into a fish like a salmon, and then it got big like a whale and went back into the universe to be reabsorbed and to find its place again where it can help somebody or multiple people. We clean up Jenny's back with cleansing energy and then send healing love energy to fill that area up so that nothing else goes in there. And Desi's working with Jenny's right cheek now. It looks like sandpaper. She took off a piece of sandpaper. And underneath the sandpaper was pretty raw, painful looking area. Yeah, her right cheek. We're gonna clean up the sandpaper and then give it love energy. And this turned into a liquid to be reabsorbed back into the universe. And I got just a quick flash of a couple people, a couple older people. It looked like a man and a woman. I did not get a good look at them. They were there just watching for a second and then gone. And Desi's pulling, it looks like bubble wrap or something similar that's wrapped around inside both of Jenny's legs. Desi's pulling out this bubble wrap. And we're going to clean it up, give it love energy. And it turned into like a mask, almost like a Donald Duck mask before it went back into the universe. And clean up both those areas on Jenny and then give them love, healing energy so nothing else can go there and attach. The love team has surrounded her, and there's energy coming up from below her through her feet, up her body, out her hands, and out her face and ears, and just spreading out into the universe, cleansing everything it touches, filling her up with energy, with good, strong, healthy energy, power. And I hear the word sleep right now. Sleep. Uh, so I got a little bit of a runny nose during that, if that means anything to you, Jenny. And I'm excited to hear everything that Brandon saw.
Well, so hopefully are you picking up on any energy from me at all?
You know, I now that I think about it, I am, but I was so focused on Jenny that I
Uh,
didn't really pick up.
the only reason I asked is I was getting so many images. I wasn't thinking about the energy. I had energy flowing, but it wasn't so good. I'm glad to hear that it continued. First thing I saw was a lap pool, like an Olympic lap pool. So it's like back. You have this feeling of maybe of just continuous, just back and forth. Like it's like just never ending cycle. I can relate to that. Next though, I saw a helium air balloon. Like the basket kind where you go up in it. And so I think this is making you ultimately, the idea is you're going to soar over all of this stuff, and that's what you're in the process of doing. Or these are just my interpretations. Maybe you've got your own interpretation of it. I don't claim to be the authority or anything. Then I saw a honeycomb with lots of honey in it, and that's kind of, I think if you think about honey, it's all these different pollens and different things being brought in to create this beautiful nectar, right? That's life bringing and sustaining, and so again, I think things are happening in your life to help you to grow and to gain from all this. I saw a fire hydrant next, which I mean, I could only interpret that as putting, although it was just the hydrant. It was just the hydrant. So I don't know if that means, like a dog peeing on the hydrant, get rid of it. I didn't
I was
see a
going to
fire.
say Charlie
Yeah.
saying that he needs to go outside.
Yeah, maybe. But and I didn't see a fire hose, so a fire hydrant. It's kind of maybe there this is ultimately giving you a means to deal with fires later as they occur. I mean, that could mean that. I don't know for sure. The next thing I saw was this where I grew up. There was like a catwalk close to just around the corner from my house where you could take this shortcut across this creek that would save you a lot of time of walking around all the way around the block. And so I think ultimately whatever this is it's designed to fast track you, through with growth. A lot of times with trauma, it's intense, but the growth is massive, and ultimately it's actually helping you more than the slower, easier route might have been. So try to look at it, as a blessing. And a rabbit. Next I saw a rabbit, and then maybe the tendency to want to rush through, run, and when it's not necessarily, you could take your time a little bit more. That's kind of ironic coming from the pipe, but I think it's a reminder to breathe. Next I saw a soccer ball with black and white markings, so again, balance, I think. And then a dandelion, the being blown and having all the just kind of breaking apart and flowing. And so the growth and seeds being planted are vast and in areas that you don't necessarily won't actually see at this point, but the growth is there and it's happening. These are just my interpretations, but these are the things I saw. Color wise, I saw a lot of gold actually. I was seeing not just the gold, the honey, but like gold, like molten gold, flowing out and creating a lot of joy and growth and warmth in your life. So there it is.
I love it. All those visuals you talked about, as you did, I felt an energy attached to each one of them. So that, yeah, they were all very powerful. Thank you.
So I was what was it that you saw? Sleep, or you heard sleep?
Sleep. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was aimed at me.
That's what I was
or,
thinking. Maybe it's
or
you
at-
now. You were still both kicking, or you were still going at it strong
Yeah.
there. So I think it's probably for Jenny.
Yeah.
So Deanna says we're both amazing. Thank you, Deanna. I
Thank you, Danny.
appreciate you for being here. Okay, well, I can see you've crossed your finish line. Jenny says I felt a lot of heat, and what I said made sense to her. Some deep
Excellent.
sleep. Yeah. Hopefully you will sleep very well tonight. That's often definitely a result from these healings is good sleep. So I hope you get to enjoy that. If you end up, if you notice anything like Todd was saying before, feel free to email us, talk about it. We can talk about it on the air with your permission next episode, or maybe we could set it up so that you could come on and talk about it live with us. But that's entirely up to you, and certainly not expected, and there's no pressure.
All right.
So again, we'll be back 2 Wednesdays from today, the 26th at 5:30 Pacific time. And we just really thank you for being here, and hope you got a lot out of the group session we did. And if we didn't get to you individually, definitely tune in again or email us, and we'll get to you at a later time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we feel terrible that we're not able to get to everybody.
So, but thanks again for tuning into the Slipstream Gift on the Sacred Spiral. I always get tongue-tied. Slipstream Gift on the Sacred Spiral Network.
You did great.
See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, everybody.